No brains, like, no brains at all. Literally no brains. Welcome to another episode of Frog Solo TV, brought to you by Rose and Sons and TC Media. This will be a bit of a different show, so let's have a bit of fun, Toby, and let's get underway.
Here we are. So what a week it's been for us here. Obviously got home Monday afternoon, but it was a bit of a quick trip to North Queensland, and we had a bit of a ball. How'd you think the weekend went?
I'll tell you what, Toad, I done a bit of a few hours like between where I had to go work-wise and back and Gimpy and down to pick the car up and prep the car on the side of the road more or less, and yeah, I had a fat time. You won't. Yeah,
that was a good weekend.
Good weekend.
We'll get into that later in the show. So now into the night's show, really. Once again, COVID has hampered many events to date, so we'll try to keep it nice and short as we get through the show tonight. There's lots to look forward to though, so stay around. Don't turn your eyes off Frog Solo TV, episode 7. Tonight we'll cover full event reviews of, as we mentioned before, the Newman's Excavation 100 at Moranbah, which we're fortunate to be at, and the new Riverland 300 at Waikerie, which features some incredible footage from both events. Plus, we caught up with Moranbah champion Kai Floyd on the Friday night before the race in the town square. He's a very confident young man, Kai.
Oh, nearly too confident.
He's putting the runs on the board, so can't argue against young Kai. And we also caught up with two future stars in the making, young Lincoln Taylor and Toby Musico.
That was a good thing.
That was great. It was great to catch up with those two young fellas, which leads us into the last bit of our show, which is some news from around the tracks.
Yep.
ACCA COVID news, unfortunately. So now into our first event review, the Newman's Excavation 100 at Moranbah. Last weekend, sensational to say the least. I had an absolute fat time, invited up to call the action only like the weekend before, so it was only a week turnaround, and we got the green light for you to get there racing with the borders and stuff.
Yep. And Rob and Clayton have got the car going, and I said to him if they get the car going, I'll go up to the event, and you don't usually get treated like we got treated up there. It was awesome, and what that club did to me up there, take my hats off. Unreal.
And before we begin our event wrap for tonight, we'll start by saying a massive thanks, as we mentioned through across our shows, for everyone giving us the amazing action footage seen from the corresponding events.
Yeah, definitely.
Tonight we had Craig Krog and his family in the Razorback. That thing was a beast all weekend. Dan McKenzie from Comiskey Motorsports, he sent in some awesome chopper footage. That we saw the chopper going around all weekend. That was awesome as well, so you see that later in the show. And also, can't forget the in-car footage, the wheel-to-wheel action of Derek the Man Wheelie Rose.
They're not really impressive.
Car 62 will be featured in tonight's episode. Also to Paul Charlton from Off-Road Media, thanks mate, down in South Australia for some awesome little clips from Waikerie. And to Andy and Fletcher Murdoch for the tremendous in-car footage from the new Riverland Enduro last weekend. They didn't finish the race, but we saw some footage exclusive of that accident they had at full noise into the trees at Waikerie, and they were happy for us to share it on the show. Got a bit freaky in the trees, and
just what can happen when you don't realise it's going to happen.
The old stuck throttle cable.
Stuck throttle, be there, done that.
Anyway, we'll check that out later on. And so once again, we can't thank you guys enough for, mate, it really does make the show. And the feedback we've got, obviously everyone loves hearing us waffle on here on the show, a bit of entertainment, but just have a bit of...
Like I said, it's not a professional thing, this is a fun thing, and everyone that's behind us, mate, is supporting us very well, and I actually appreciate that.
Yeah. So, first of all, wow, what a weekend. First of all, I'm just going to say Michael Misford, Ryland Burnt, Mackay Off-Road and the Moranbah community, 4 things, and it went off with it. For a short course race, the conditions were under, it was incredible.
Incredible is the word, Tane. Like, honestly, we turned up there, I was there Thursday night, you got there Friday, we went out the track, it was just like, how's it going?
Been going for 100 years, really, wasn't it?
No, it was, it's something I don't think you'll ever... I won't forget any of it. No. Like the street parade, driving a race car,
police escort in the
down the main street.
And it's not like we're out in the back of no, like it's a booming town,
booming town.
they've just stopped the road one way, stopped the other.
Oh, there would have been 300, 400 cars stopped either way, like just for miles as far as you can see.
And obviously it shows that we can't do a thing like that without the community.
No, the community got behind it.
The
police got
behind it. So massive. It was a real eye opener as an off-roader and an Australian off-roader. It's great to see, as I said on the call the weekend. It's just huge. Michael Misley, can't thank him enough. Roland Byrne, he got a big rap as well. So congratulations. Kai Floyd was simply dominant from go to woe. He led him out the first car to leave Saturday morning. That was obviously all seeded, but he come home quickest on Saturday, dominated the 4 laps on Sunday. He proves it's his 3rd victory for 2021 and his 3rd in a row, added to a class win at Think.
Yep.
You can't go much better than he's going at the moment.
No, you can't. And after the interview with Viviano about the Think and like the car, where it was and what he had to put back into the car, and mate,
he's thrown a lot at it.
It's thrown a lot at it.
Yeah.
Like a hell of a lot at it.
Yeah. So he had that minute 20 victory, but you only had to see it when he was coming out of the trees, like where we stood. You saw him a couple of times. You just with those trees where you come out towards that first jump back towards the spectators, like he's 30, 40 centimetres inside. But everyone else in the middle of the track, and he's just sideways down the track.
He doesn't lift the throttle. He doesn't do that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. No. Just see you later. Like, you wonder why he's so quick. And even out the back, in a bit of rougher stuff, oh God, he must be moving.
And obviously the trust he has in that can. If you can't drive a vehicle like that,
trust is a big thing in your own car, and if you prep it right, you're right. But massive.
Hats off to Kai Floyd. We talked about him a lot on this show, but when you keep winning races,
and not being silly, in a Can-Am versus us buggies, like it just goes to show that he's serious peddler.
So as we mentioned before, we actually were lucky enough to catch up with Kai before the action on Friday night. Very confident young man with some big goals in off-road. We had a one-on-one chat in the town square. Check it out. Here we are on Fox High TV live in Moranbah with, one of the favourites of the event, Kai Floyd, mate. What's happening, Coach? How are you?
Good, mate. Thanks for that, eh? Good to see you guys up here.
Yeah, maybe check out
Brian,
ready to go for a big Moranbah assault tomorrow, round 4 of the Queensland Championship.
We've done a bit to the car, so hopefully it holds up. We're coming in pretty good, really.
Big win at Gladstone, Dolby.
Yeah. We're sort of on top of everything. It's going well, driving well.
Feeling confident.
Yeah. No pressure, hopefully.
We'll see that pressure.
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
You'll be right.
They're not long enough straights for me to be here.
But it's interesting. Like the year of the whole racing thing is going to be throwing a bit of a spinner in the works.
Hopefully the trade will allow us to go a few races. Anyway, up here Queensland series done, and which should be fun. And obviously this atmosphere tonight, it's pretty off its head in off-road terms, so good to see the community behind it.
Yeah, Mick and the team, they've done really well. Like, we couldn't ask for anything better. Community.
I agree, yeah. From one end to the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, out the road.
The quality of cars.
It's a good show. So obviously going into tomorrow, you've got any plans? Just have a look at the track in the morning, just hold flat.
Yeah, just hold it flat. Sure, I don't know. Yeah, we've done it. We've raced here before, so we sort of know what the track is like and what the car's going to do. But there's a lot of talented drivers out there, and anything can happen.
Cars, so should be on the young and old.
Yeah, see if Bretto can get that big four-wheel drive thing sorted. But anyway, we'll see how that thing will go.
All good.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
So there you go, Kai Floyd. We caught up with him before the race. He didn't say he'd win it, but I predicted it'll be between him and Clayton. Bailey Coxon would have been thereabouts, but had that dominant lead. He did say Sunday morning had a good night's sleep. He said I'll just knock it back into 85%. Did that on the Sunday and got the win.
He got the win all right, and he definitely did knock it back a little bit.
Good peddler. Look out for Kai Floyd. Bailey Coxon incredibly secured his 4th second place for the season. 4th second place.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that when I heard that. I went,
4th second place.
4th? I mean, jeez.
But it shows you that he's thereabouts. And a big win's around the corner for him. And it's his 3rd second behind Kai for the season as well.
That's right.
So once again, congratulations Bailey Coxon, another one of our Can-Am competitors. And young 16-year-old Joshua Weidman had a breakthrough 3rd outright. His mum and dad were there on the fence all weekend.
I'll tell you what,
He's a hard charge too.
mate, that young fella, just another couple of years, oh God, where's he going to end
No
up?
fear. Just
No fear.
Holds, and
Holds it.
he's only around a minute 40 behind Kai, and he didn't get off to the best start on the Saturday, but an attitude like that where he gets in a position where he can be in contention, then grinds it out on the Sunday.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a big thing for young Joshua. One of the local North Queenslanders, Brad Belcher, made 4 Can-Ams in the top 4. He was 13 seconds off the podium. He had a Kent battle in the angry V8 element in 5th. Kent was in your class, in a limited class, and that's a machine, that element. Isn't it?
It is a machine, eh?
It's
Geez, they go. And just, and a well prepared car.
Yeah.
Like, when I look over that car and look in the, like they look inside.
You can tell when they prep
Yeah, no,
well.
Very good.
Derek, you had a great run in 7th. You only a couple of seconds off Comiskey in his first run in that.
Yeah, I think 2 seconds or something behind, but that thing of his.
Oh, 4-wheel drive racing.
We won't go into the horsepower of it, but
look out when you get out of that open terrain.
I'll tell you what, when he hits something that can pull in a straight line for 4 or 5 k's, he won't catch him. Oh God!
I just need to get a bit of luck for a class to run in it. But as I was talking to Dan, I only have to pull the turbo off and they can run.
Yeah, he said
straight
that.
4-wheel drive.
Yeah,
They love the horsepower there, Comiskey.
No, Comiskey was saying that. He said that we'll have a yarn with him there on Sunday. But yeah, he impressive.
They went to the Don River in that truck in the invitational class, but a race like the Don River in that sandy terrain,
I love it.
It'd be hard to catch.
Oh, love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Could be a dark horse there. Clayton and Stuart Chapman both had unfortunate weekends. They're both fast in stages. Clayton was coming second going into Sunday.
Yep.
But he finished, but put a big hole in the block.
He put a hole in the block, all right.
No more. Like it was the last lap.
Done it just coming into the S bands actually, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all.
No. And Stuart had some quick times, and you're going to get quicker in the little single seater. Yeah.
I think he'll get very, very quick, and as it goes on, and he sorts the car out, definitely.
Yeah.
Like and geez, he can pedal hard.
Good pedal
He
hard.
likes to brake real late.
Real late.
Like everyone that ever race against him in the next 12 months, 2 years, just remember he will hold it until
The last.
there.
Yeah. And also great to see a good mate of ours, Tony Falaba, back out on the track. He was sitting around that 8th, 9th place just behind you, but he had a engine issue on
he's
Sunday.
a misfire or something.
Yeah, maybe dropped a cylinder.
Yeah, that or a valve or something stupid. But
he'll be back for the Don River.
Definitely.
And final note on Moranbah, can't say highly enough. The hospitality was incredible. We had such a good weekend. But 3 young blokes that we caught up with on the weekend. We interviewed 2, Lincoln Taylor and Toby Musico. Also, Mitch Jones was there from there, one of the 10-year-old. We didn't get him.
10 and a half, remember?
10 and a half. That was Toby.
That was Toby, 10 and a half.
Great young kids with bright futures. The attitude of those 2, and the parents as well, as I said.
You won't get any better, mate.
No.
You really won't. Like we just didn't have one yarn to them.
No.
We had a couple
all
of yarns to
weekend.
them. We all weekend, and they were good.
I got a picture of them on the Friday afternoon in the pits. I said, who's going to win? And they both stuck their finger up. So they're competitive already. That's obviously not going to go over the top. That's great to see. As I said, we're lucky enough to catch up with them on the Sunday and got their thoughts. And it was really an eye opener. And I wish them all the best for the rest of the season. Also, at the end of the interview, you'll see some awesome footage from our weekend in North Queensland. So take a look for yourself. So here we are on Frogs Hollow TV on day 2 at the Humans Excavation Moranbah 100. We're 2 of the bright stars of future off-road. We've got young Lincoln Taylor and Toby Musico here. Boys, how are you feeling this morning? Pretty good. Had a good night's sleep?
Yeah.
So day 1 yesterday, you've both done about 4 or 5 laps of the track. What do you think of the track? Enjoy it?
It's a good track.
Good track?
Best track, I think.
Best track? Why is it your best track?
All the jumps.
Yeah, the jumps are good, eh?
You like the jumps?
Good air.
So tell the viewers what sort of vehicles are you running this weekend? Polaris's?
Both Polarises?
Yep.
Turbo and non-turbo?
And non.
Non-turbo.
So how did you both get into the sport of off-road racing?
They brought me into it.
We can watch into
We
it.
can watch you do it.
Family.
Family, yeah. Team Taylor.
Good to have a good family behind you, got good parents behind you.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Toby, who's going to go the quickest today? You going to get Lincoln today, or
Yeah.
you going to get him?
Yeah.
So tell our viewers, the category you guys are in is 10 to 13 years, and you obviously got your rules and regulation. How old are both of you guys?
I'm 10 and a half.
10 and a half?
I'm 13.
13. And you still got a couple more races of the years. Anyone you'd like to thank before we...
Parents,
Parents?
Toby and Mitchell for the competitive.
Yep, so you've also got Mitchell in your class as well. I believe he's a local North Queenslander. Who'd you like to thank, Toby?
My parents.
Yeah,
Like all
thank
the competitors.
all the competitors.
And yeah.
Good fun. And I heard you race go-karts as well.
Yeah.
Who wins on the go-kart track?
Me.
Yeah, nice and light, eh?
Nice and light. Nah, it's good
Well,
stuff.
boys, you have a good time today. A lot of fun. That's what it's all about. And keep it clean.
Yeah.
Keep Dad under control.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Cheers,
boys.
boys.
those young kids, absolute eye-opener for us. And as I said, good luck to them. We'll try to get up to Lang Mountain Cruiser Park there in October and check those young fellas out. Great attitudes. And as I said, they're in great hands there with the parents.
They were, and the parents are got the right attitude. Cool, calm, teach them the right way, and just making sure it's right. No, very, very good.
So the footage that also you saw at the end of that interview really showcased the community support of Moranbah, and I think only bigger and better things for 2022, and I can't wait already to get up there, and we're already booked in for next year.
Yeah, we are, and you're right. It's something that there's not a word you can explain.
No, it's great to see. So on a personal note, Derek, I'd just like to say on behalf of TC Media, I'd like to thank all my partners who have jumped on board this year. Lots commented. We only got these shirts made after St George. It was actually Lethal McCracken at the Covent Hotel, which we spent a bit of time at with St George. He came to me and just said, hey, get out there and get a couple of guys on board, and just had blokes hit me up just to chase the dream.
Good.
Just like I say, huge thanks to, as I said, St George Covent Hotel, Road & Sons Earth Moving, Howes Motorsport, Runner Muck Racing, Torque Mechanical, which is JJ Rose, one of the local guys, WS Building and Management, which is Werner Zettel, good mate of ours here, Mr Diggett, which is Michael Doolan down there in Newcastle, Method Race Wheels, which is Team Taylor. We had the interview, I had the caps on the weekend, so great to see. Diesel Care ARB Gundawindi, so thanks to Jamie Knight over there. Bridgestone Service Centre at Kempsey, so thanks to Dave Spokes. Great supporters of off-road over there. Kalgoorlie Case and Drill, offroadracing.com.au, so Demurray and Julie. Rush Trucks on the Gold Coast, thanks to Chris Weston and the team. CD Ball Making, good mate of mine, Casey Bowman. Egan Plumbing, who we've had on the show a few times, Sam. On Tracks Excavation, which is actually young Kai Floyd's business on the sunny coast. True Line Racing, which is Michael and Karen Napier out of Gundawindi, and Warrior Electrical, the local electrician in town. So, that's Moranbah, and it was incredible. The trip home was a bit of a high. It was just one of those
it was
time weekends, and
good weekend, Toby.
Worth the trip. So now on to the next event, which is the new Riverland 300 in Waikerie, round 3 of the 2021 ARB South Australian Multi-Club Series. And surprise, surprise, Aaron and Liz Havey got the win. Another green tick next to her name for the big victory there. Dominating style. They actually didn't win the prologue, they were third, and they got past Turnbull, and Owen pulled over on the track on the first lap. The rest of the 9 laps was just see you later, Alligator.
See you later, clean air.
Pulled away, and 4th Waikerie title. I don't know there's much more to say about Aaron and Lee Havey, but
not much more you can say. Like they're dominant in whatever race they go to. They're dominant.
Yeah.
And
that's why I really want Loveday and hopefully Rainbow to go, because you want to see Aaron go against.
You want to see him go against the best
Josh.
Yeah.
You just want the Wrench will be back. Yep. That's what you want to see. But don't worry about it, Aaron wants it too. Aaron loves Gordon during the week, and he'd be the most respected, down-to-earth bloke on the circuit. But
he is. You sit down with his family, like when they're prepping the car, they love it.
He's not going to go out there and tell you he's going to beat it.
No, he never talks about it. Never.
Great to see young Tyler Owen and Oliver Stevens receive some wheel bearings from the Havey crew on the Saturday night, which they damaged, but it was enough to get them to a second outright, which is also great to see. They're hard pedallers in the Illumicraft, and they're another team that don't race much, so big result.
And how good is it? You borrow parts off your mate, and you're running with him, and you're running second behind him.
Yeah.
Great to see. Good to see.
Further 10 minutes back to Toddy Lehman, who had his biggest result today in his Jimco crossing in third. So well done to another one of our good mates on the show, Toddy Lehman. So Chris Pickett also had the weekend of his life in 4th outright at Mitsubishi Class 5 in the 4th outright on an event like that, 40 cars. He's a hard charger.
How good is Class 5?
You love Class 5.
I started there. I would love to have another steer of a Class 5 one day eventually. Yeah, just top. But that's a big result.
Stamped up Tritons.
Definitely.
And also good to see Hamish Lockett with one of his best results in a borrowed Class 1 in the 5th outright there. Of the 38 entries, 15 completed full race distance, over 300 kilometres, but them races down there are always hard on the vehicle.
They're a tough race, mate. They're different terrain what we're used to here. So
It's all that rocky.
oh,
Yeah,
terrible.
it's hard. A lot of big straights too, so as you know, like hard on the gearbox.
Hard on gearboxes, hard on engines.
Gary Turnbull was on song early till power steering drama, so that ended his charge. Tommy Owen drove the first 4 laps for father Glenn on the Sunday after borrowing a throttle body shaft off Aaron Havey again. Aaron Havey lending some more parts.
Yeah.
Then young Tom stepped in on the Sunday and drove the first 4 laps, and then Glenn stepped in, the father,
Yep.
after his issues on the Saturday, and the suffered power steering fail on the last lap. So it wasn't Glenn Owen's weekend, but he won the prologue and showed that he's still
He's still dominant.
hasn't barely raced in the last 2 or 3
And
years.
he's still going to be there.
He'll be there. Matty Curtis, one of my favourites, was another at the point end of the field until front end fail on lap 4. And also Andy Murdoch, who we just saw some incredible footage of that going to those trees, those long straights, doing well over 180, 190 kilometres. Incredible. Hit a tree, as we said, at full noise with stuck throttle and continued racing for a return to the pits. Fix got a lap under his belt before power steering failed. So it wasn't his weekend either.
No one his weekend.
He's in an element as well.
He'll,
So that just shows you that footage of that hitting that tree, them element cars, like flat out. He said the only damage that was done was when he got out and
Just
fell
tough.
over a stick.
We wouldn't want to do that to 62, mate. 62 with the arms clear over.
Yeah. Great to see there. So now on to some around the track news to finish our episode 7 here tonight. Unfortunately, Wheelie, one of our favourite races, the Havora Moranbah Mountain Classic, which was meant to be on in next weekend. Next weekend has been cancelled. COVID obviously made it impossible to run like that close to Sydney, and they just Marion and the Headleys just had no choice but to.
Yeah, you
call it
can't. A big decision for that club,
Yeah.
and as you know, like between last year and now, they'll come back bigger and better. But big. COVID's just stuff and all of us, mate.
Also, I only found out today that the ARB, the Gap 440 Hilston, has been officially cancelled for 2021 as well. So that was down for round 2 of the ARB Australian Championship.
Yep.
So unfortunately, all the hype for us going to Hilston, it'll have to wait another 12
next
months.
year.
So bad luck to Carl Power and the team. Once again, all the work they put on that new venue.
Yeah.
But as they know, Carl says we can't do anything about it.
Can't do about it.
Very wet
They've
down
had a lot of wet weather as well.
Yeah.
Plus the COVID.
Too wet.
You can't bring cars from South Australia, Victoria, Sydney. It's just not going to happen.
Not a
And-
national
and-
round.
Yeah, and that's right. But you know, next year they'll make it bigger and better. If we can get all this sorted out of the COVID, mate, bigger and better.
Colo have opened their entries for
Yeah.
end of next month, August, which all the best to Colo, but I just can't see that taking off. But if it is, we'll be there.
Yeah, if we can get down there, definitely. Like it's going to be a it's one of them events, but mate, they're right at the start of it. Like they're right at the start.
It's like everything, just got to push on and hope for
Push
miracles. Rainbow's also open, which is round 3 of the ORC Motorsport Australia Championship. They got some good entries down there, about 35 already. So that's also at the end of next month. Wanaka entries have opened for the first week of August, which is next round of the South Australian Racing after Waikerie, so there's some good entries down there. Plus Inglewood is still set to run over 14th and 15th of August, which is the Zoom's Cup up there. Some great entries rolling in. I see the Taylors are there, Comiskey's there.
Comiskey's there.
You never know, Wheelie Rose, we'll have a look in the border exemptions. We might be able to slip across the border.
Slip across.
Keep it on the hush-hush, but we might get there. And also, next weekend's down for the Sporty 12 Hours in Alice Springs, which is one of the great races, one of those endurance, so one of them races where you just love to get there.
Have you ever seen footage of that race?
No, it's great.
That's unbelievable, that footage.
I believe they've only got like 7 or 8 teams, so hopefully they can get a couple more to make it a big show. And that's about all we've got time for on tonight's show of Frogs Hollow TV. we obviously went from the highs to lows, so much excitement and build up of Moranbah and Waikerie, and then you get to the lows of all these cancellations.
Yeah.
But we'll keep producing the shows as we go, and just hopefully we can get a few races in here and there.
Yeah, hopefully, and
Talking
go
a few
from there.
people, I think it's just going to be another one of them years of just holding tight and just fingers crossed. And
Yeah.
if there's a race there, just do it, I think.
Well,
Don't
if
hold
you
it
don't go
off,
to it,
'cause
because
you're gonna miss out.
the next one.
That's your motto.
This is my motto.
So thanks as again all to help make this show possible, to everyone that sends in the footage from Derek and I. Thank you, because it does make the show, as you've seen tonight, awesome stuff. Stay safe everyone, do the right thing, enjoy the weekend, importantly stay tuned for the next show of Volks Highway TV.
Cheers, mate.
Episode 7.